Audio Jungle.
I'm doing great, Edwin. Glad to be here.
Great. So, what do you think about today's event? You know, right? It's just starting, and it's our first event in 4 months, 3 months.
Well, I'm very thankful that we are getting on the other end of this virus situation, and that we are able to meet and celebrate our First Amendment freedom of assembly, Edwin. I'm very, very happy about that.
Great. And you're running for assembly, and what does your district cover?
I am running for California State Assembly for Assembly District 62. There are 80 assembly districts in Sacramento in the assembly. So my district is California, Marina del Rey, Playa Vista, Playa del Rey, El Segundo, and then going inland to Inglewood and Gardena, Hawthorne, and portions of Lawndale.
Oh, great. And who are you running against?
The Democrat incumbent is Autumn Burke.
Autumn Burke. And what's her issue?
Well, I have read Autumn's website, and I don't have an easy answer to that question. My opinion, my first glance, is that she's the number 4 spender in Sacramento. So she authorized $9 billion in spending, according to the records that I have. The average assembly person spends about $4 billion. So I haven't drilled down deep yet into exactly what that $9 billion was spent on. But I'm a fiscal conservative, so in general, I would be looking for less reasons to spend money rather than more reasons to spend money. Because, for instance, with the property tax, so California Democrats, they want to raise property taxes, and they're planning all kinds of mechanisms to try and raise property taxes. I'd rather be looking at how we spend less money rather than asking citizens for more money.
And do you think this forced closure that we've had over the last 3 or 4 months, do you think it could have been avoided, or do you think this was just something that we had to do?
Well, I think that in early March, there's an epidemiologist at UCLA. His name's Jeffrey Klossner, and that's our local expert, and he was interviewed on KKLA, and he said that the hot spots were going to be rare, and he said that public policy should be based on what's happening on the ground, not on models. So I think that's the 2 mistakes that were made in California, is that they based public policy on models, assuming there were going to be hot spots everywhere, and there really hasn't been a hot spot in California. There was one in New York. That was the big one in the United States, and so we've had, of the 50 states, we're number 32 in terms of COVID impact. So we're at the bottom of the list. Many other states are much more open than we are now. So yes, I do not agree with the extent and the length of the closures that we've had.
2 million signatures.
400,000 pieces of paper.
All right, so
80 cases.
if you could download the petition and circulate it through your neighborhood, that'd be great. So we have until November 17th to do that. So hopefully we can complete that way before November. All right, so if anyone has any questions, go to Recall Newsom 2020, I believe, right? Recall Newsom 2020. Next, I want to recognize the officers of the South Bay Republican Assembly, Maryland.
From New York City, a warm New York City. I'm here with a great panel of guests and a special guest. I have Alyssa Nahum. I hope I'm saying your name right, Alyssa. You can always correct me if I'm not saying it right. She's a Republican candidate running on New York State Senate, District 11 here in New York. We have, on the 23rd of June, we have our primary, and it's going to be very interesting because right now there's so much happening right now between what's happening in our country, between what happened with the unfortunate death of George Floyd.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, congratulations and condolences. I know how tough your race is.
Yes.
So, Alyssa, your district is actually about half the size of a congressional district. So that's a mighty big group of people that you've got there.
That's correct.
Typical New York.
Yes.
I know. High density, right?
Yes. Kind of like a horseshoe. It goes all the way around. It's kind of like goes like this. Yeah, it's quite a lot of people. Yes.
So when you're out there, because of COVID-19, it kind of gives the incumbent a little bit of a kind of an edge since he's already wearing the title. it must be a bit of a challenge with COVID-19 to be out and about and safe.
Well, I'm doing everything, of course, with safety. So when I'm in front of, let's say, a supermarket and I'm giving out flyers, or I'm talking.
And we are live in New York. Henry, what's going on, and who are you set up to speak with?
Also an area that's highly controversial, but also it's an area that's one of them. We got City Councilman Idani Rodriguez, the 15th Congressional District. He's running for Congress. How you doing? Tell me what's going on. And real quick, I wanted to ask you, I heard you before. You are against the curfew, and you are against, I'm assuming, the National Guard coming here after what happened in Fordham. What is your take?